What do we need in times like these to put us on an upward spiral and not a downward spiral? This month's theme is courage. Courage is that spiritual energy that can empower us to move forward into acceptance, peace, and love. Courage is that thing that moves us into exciting opportunities. It also helps us to face our fears and defeat them. And when we do all of those things, moving forward, facing our fears, defeating them, we're going to develop an inner strength. So courage is the path to inner strength. Hi, I'm Tonyah Dee, and I'm a registered dietitian. And I believe we live in a body, we have a soul, and we are a spirit, and it's important to feed all three parts. This month's theme is courage. Here's some ways that we can feed our body, soul, and spirit so that overall we have integrity throughout our body and we're working towards establishing courage in our lives, because courage is that thing that's really going to take you out of the muck and lift you up, set you on a rock, and move you higher to soar like that eagle. So in the body, what we need to be conscious of is our nervous system. If our nervous system is wrecked, meaning like all nerved out, it's very hard to move forward into courage because the nervous system will be getting your attention. So some things we need to be aware of that overstimulate and activate the nervous system, like too much caffeine, alcohol, drugs, yelling, fighting, anything that feels not calm and safe to our nervous system will tend to activate that nervous system. So some of the stance to keep your nervous system strong is to, stand upright and just breathe in and out, breathe calmly, like you're always in a calm situation. Somebody could be yelling at you right now, and it really does take courage to put your shoulders back and just breathe in and out and listen to that person instead of reacting and activating your nervous system. So whatever you do, there are lots of things that calm the nervous system, like taking cold showers in the morning actually is very calming for the nervous system because it releases dopamine. And dopamine helps us to just feel a sense of pleasure. Other things that calm the nervous system, definitely deep, relaxed breathing, in and out, like you're swinging in a hammock at all times, even in situations where you might feel stressed. Doing slow movement, methodical, mindful movement, like a walk or yoga or Tai Chi. Anything that's kind of slow really helps your nervous system to stay calm. So in your body, just be aware that a calm body is where we can have that stance and we can face our fears and overcome them by just seeking that courage that's a little bit deeper in. In our soul, now remember, our soul includes our mind, our emotions, and our free will. And our soul is the thing that we're really going to have to watch in order to move forward into courage, because our soul can be very limited in the range of expression that we need to have. So let's talk about what the soul needs to do in order to have courage. The soul needs to be in a state of willingness. So our soul, which is our self, needs to be willing to try new things. So it's having more of an open, faithful approach to life, not a fixed, no, I'm safe here. I'm going to stay in this space and these beliefs, and this is what I do every day. The soul, in order to really go forward and go into that upward spiral, because sometimes if we have that fixed belief where we're unwilling to do anything new, we can actually get stuck in some pretty bad habits. So remember that willingness is going to be that emotion, that idea that is going to open doors for you where you're going to have to challenge your soul. Or is it going to choose fear, or is it going to choose courage? And the more you're open and you try new things and you choose the courage, you're kind of strengthening that courage bone within you. So you try new things and practice being courageous, even small things. So in the mind, the biggest challenge to establishing courage in your life is fear. So it's really important that we watch our thoughts and we realize we try to just be aware of where is that thought of fear coming from? Where in my past was I fearful? What situation caused me to be fearful? And realize that a lot of time our childhood fears really are running our lives, and we're now adults and we have different skill sets, and we can tell that fear, like, I see you, I hear you, and you can try to make sure that's not a valid fear. Some fears are valid, but a lot of them aren't. So it's really important to be aware of our fears and the thoughts of fear, so we can take that thought and say, I see you, I feel you, I remember you. I remember feeling this fear in this situation before, but I'm going to choose this time to have faith. I'm going to choose courage. So we watch the fear thoughts in our mind, and in our emotions, it's really important to seek honesty, especially, I'm not going to say especially in our emotions, because it's also important to seek honesty in our mind, but it's okay. Like, we tell our emotions, our soul, it's okay. I'm feeling angry today. I'm feeling sad today. You're honest with yourself. There's a sense of integrity. And when we have this trust in ourselves, because we're telling other people and we're telling ourselves the truth, then we feel stronger. We're standing in our truth. We're being honest. And when we're dishonest, it can cause kind of a dissonance in our body, and it can actually make us feel kind of weak and like, protected. So really make sure that it's okay that whoever you are and whatever you are is exactly the way it's supposed to be, and just be honest, especially to yourself. And obviously, it's really important to be honest to others, because people can usually tell somewhere in their body if you're not honest. And then that can create some sort of a barrier. And we want to be courageous and say, this is who I am, this is how I feel. So in our will is where we make choices. So what I recommend for the will in terms of getting to courage is establish short-term goals, like really short-term goals, ones that are reachable, ones that are attainable. Like I'm just going to have a glass of water every morning, and then establish that as a goal, and then be willing to do it every morning, and you'll start to see that you're developing a skill set of, I can do something new and it feels good. It's rewarding to me to set a little goal and to do it, and then be willing to really hold yourself accountable and do that little goal. And then you're you're developing again that inner strength in yourself. That belief in yourself has to be established in order to be really brave and confident. So in the spirit, that's really where we find authority, like the real voice of authority in our lives. When we're trying to find authority from our soul, from our mind and our emotions and our will, it's just not as powerful as our spirit. Our spirit, if we can ask God's spirit for guidance, it really shows that we have courage, because we're going to hear something. We're going to get guidance. And then we're going to be tested to have courage to follow that thing. So it's really important to hand over the authority to somebody who's really wise. Our soul tends to just function out of our past mainly, and the spirit is really what we're looking for. So it will give us the authority to do the new things. Like, yes, do this thing. You might even hear from the spirit when you ask the spirit, what should I do in this situation? It might be something very, very scary for you, but if it comes from the spirit, just know that's the path to protection, to peace, to joy. So give your spirit authority and make your soul willing. So even this is a great way to end this video. Thy will be done. We want our soul to be willing to try new things, and we want to try the things that we are hearing from the spirit, the authority of the spirit, which is our guide and our helper and can guide us into that glory to glory spiral, going up and not down. Well, I hope you have a great month. Again, I'm Tonyah Dee. My company is Y'all Light. It's a movement to ignite the light within. I hope this was helpful. Go with grace and in grace.